Soul Brothers? Thanks for tuning in. We're going to hit you with a big boy performance review. We've been in the gym nonstop with these. This is the Lebron 14 by Nike. This is our performance review. Let's get it right quick started with the traction. This is a peg dot traction pattern, right?
It's like, it reminds me of like the pixelated, you know, it's just squares that
like
they
the Jordan 30s kind of?
Yeah, kind of like the Jordan 30s. And I don't know what they were thinking about the pattern, because I don't think this would have been good, but the only way it would work is with a good rubber compound. And I feel like it was an okay rubber compound. It was up and down at our, you know, courts. It was dusty, it was clean, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But when it was clean, it was actually really, really good. But then on dust, it wasn't that good, as in like it picks up a good amount of dust pretty fast, and I have to wipe pretty often. And when it does get dusty, I slide out a good amount. So if you're on a clean court, it's good. Outdoor use should be okay, but we have not tested it. But the rubber is pretty hard, so
yeah,
we're thinking it should be okay. And on the dusty court, it's not that good. So
not amazing not amazing traction, but also not horrible traction. Kind of decent, kind of you know, 7.
Yeah, 7.5,
right.
7. You know, not the best, but
yeah,
it works.
Okay, so moving on, and that's a fully translucent outsole, obviously, in this colorway.
The solid rubber is gonna be better.
Maybe
We'll see.
Okay, so as far as the cushion goes, we have full length Phylon.
Yes, sir.
And then we have a massive zoom unit in the heel, 3 midfoot hex zoom pods, nothing in the toe, and you know, it kind of fuses with the outsole in the shape of the outsole. You know, it kind of makes your ride a little bit unstable. You know, you feel something going on underneath your feet, which you may or may not like. You know, I personally don't like that. I'm a little heavier than Sam. I could feel it in the heel, pretty good. I could feel a little bit in the forefoot, not a lot, but overall for me, it's a decent ride.
Yeah. So I couldn't feel anything in the I could feel it just a little bit, but not really. Only when I'm like going really hard. I can definitely feel it in the heel, but I couldn't feel the zoom units like as if it was right underneath my foot. You know, like in
right.
the KD9s, you can feel the zoom unit even though there is a layer of Phylon in between your foot and the zoom unit. But
yeah,
this one, so you can feel your foot going in, like digging into the zoom unit. But this
yeah,
one, it just feels like the Phylon is just going up and down, you know, because of the zoom unit. So it wasn't like amazing, but it was okay. I feel really high off the ground, which I did not like. It's pretty responsive, a little bouncy in the heel, and heel to toe transition is pretty good. So I give it like a 7.5.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best, but it was alright.
I feel you. I'm right there with you. Okay, moving on to the upper. It reminds me a lot of the Lebron Soldier 10.
Yes.
You have this foam-backed mesh. You have synthetic kind of leather. Is this synthetic?
Yeah, synthetic leather.
Yeah, probably synthetic leather, and then you have some other synthetic overlay around in high wear areas, obviously. You have this midfoot strap, which is cool because it doesn't flap right back over the laces, so you can do your thing. That's cool. Overall, materials do the job. I feel like they could have been a little more premium, but you know what? They're light and it's minimal and they do the job. Yes. And they're supportive, you know?
And it gets really soft
yeah,
compared to like Posit, you know?
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad at it. I give it like a 9, 8 or 9. You know? I really like the materials. So now moving on to fit, go true to size. But if you have a wide foot, then this is a really good shoe for you. But if you have a narrow foot, you're gonna be swimming in it. And
I had to put an insole in.
Exactly. Or you can put an insole in
on top of the insole already in there.
And that kind of helps, you know. And then it is pretty roomy in the toe area, so that's kind of annoying. But if you put an insole in and double sock, then it should be okay if you have a narrow foot.
Wide footers, this is a good shoe for you.
Exactly.
Normal footers, you'd probably be all right. Narrow footers, beware.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk lockdown real quick, because we both did have an issue with this. I'm not sure if we need a heel surgery or something. Something's wrong with our feet, but we get a decent amount of heel slippage.
No, I didn't get heel slippage. I just it didn't feel locked down in the heel. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you have more of a normal size width foot. Mine is a little more narrow. So, but once I cranked the top laces down, I was able to choke my ankle down a little bit and keep it in there. But you just don't feel like your heel is held down a lot, which is, you know, I don't love that. So you know, lockdown wasn't incredible. Midfoot was pretty good, especially with this strap that helps out a little bit.
So it was okay.
It was all right. So moving on to support, you know, it's a low, so you're not going to get a ton of ankle support as opposed to last year's LeBron. But where there is an upper, you know, it's a low. It's a pretty supportive upper.
Yes.
You know, and so support is really good for a low.
Yes.
And that's what kind of LeBron needs and has always needed, is a really supportive shoe. So
moving on to
support is great. So
ventilation.
Yeah. Ventilation, I think it was like normal.
It was okay. Yep. Now moving on to aesthetics. I think this is one of the best looking LeBrons in a while.
Yes.
I really like the 11s. 12s was okay. 13 was ugly as shit. So I like it.
Yeah, I think they're dope too. Yep. I mean, it's not my favorite silhouette ever, but as far as LeBrons go, I think they're real dope.
Yep.
Okay, durability real quick. It seems like a very well put together shoe. It's very strong and supportive. So durability, this shoe should last you at least 30 or 40 years of everyday use.
Yes.
So let's weigh these suckers real quick. This is a 7.5, of course, coming in at
14.3.
Ooh.
14.3 ounces. So it is pretty damn heavy. I was not expecting that.
No, not at all.
But it doesn't feel heavy.
No,
it's it doesn't feel bulky.
Even with the heel slippage,
yeah,
which you would think that doesn't help you feel light on your feet.
Yeah,
it still felt like a pretty light shoe.
Yeah, so
interesting.
The only thing that didn't help was like the traction not being good on dust, and then being high off the ground and a little bit of that heel slippage, I guess, or it didn't feel contained. But other than that, it didn't feel heavy at all to me. So it was actually pretty nice, you know.
Yeah.
So now moving on to afterthoughts. They did drop the price down. Thank you, Nike. It's not thank you because
they're still expensive.
Everyone's still like, you know, when they were like selling the LeBron 13 Elites for like $300, it was like, hell no, you know.
That was crazy.
So they kind of realized now, so it's down to 175. Do you recommend it? Do I recommend it? Not for guards. You know, in my perspective, as a guard, I did not enjoy the shoe, but I tried kind of like looking into the perspective of like a forward or whatever, even though I don't play like it like that at all. I see you guys
5'8",
like
you could be a forward, power forward, center,
you know. But the traction was pretty good. Cushion impact protection is good, and you have that zoom, and then the upper is really supportive. I don't recommend it for a guard, and if you have a narrow foot, just watch out for that. Maybe you should go try it on first, but you know. So not recommended for guards, but for other positions they should be good. Pretty good.
Yeah, for big guys, this is a great shoe for sure. You know, as far as LeBrons go, I think it's one of the better LeBrons in a long time. You know, I actually did like the shoe. It's not going to make it in my rotation for, you know, some of the reasons we talked about earlier. But, you know, it's got a decent ride, decent cushion, nothing crazy, really supportive upper. For a big guy that wants to feel a little bit light on their feet, it's a pretty good shoe.
Yes.
And if you're a wide footer, it's definitely going to be a decent shoe for you if you're not a guard, small guard, particularly like a point or, you know, small shooting guard. So there it is. Kind of a mixed review. I'm glad to see LeBron's getting a little bit better. But more of a big man shoe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in, Soul Brothers. Later.
Peace.